Once again.
Again, it's Jimmy here at O'Reilly's, and here I'm looking at a Hyundai i30. It's got snapped front suspension springs. So it looks like first I'm going to have to remove the wiper arms here using a 14mm socket. We're just going to press down and up on the arm just to shake it loose, and then we can pull them off. I usually see people using tools to pull these off, but I've never actually used a tool. I just do it in this way that I'm doing it right now. It's always worked. So now I just need to figure out how this plastic comes off. I've not done one of these cars before, they're not very common. But, it looks like we can get a piece of plastic off here. We'll take this rubber trim off as well. I'm going to use my pick here to just hook it under here somewhere just to grip it. Hopefully I can grip it by there. Just give it a pull. Should sort of just pull it off. It should be sort of locked onto the windscreen there all the way along here. We'll probably try and start from the right hand side. See, that's all coming loose along there. It's a little bit tight in this section for some reason. It's because we've got these plastic clips here as well, that's what's holding it. So these need to be pushed down. Really, these need to be replaced after every time you use them, because once you push them through you just break them. Okay, so we've taken these little clips out with our trim tool here. We're just going to leave those there. Now that is loosened off this, we can get that off. And we'll just disconnect the washer jet hose there. So now we've got that down there. We've got access to the top mount. We'll just pop off this cap. Thankfully there's caps on these, so this is nice and clean. It's not rusty like the Fords. Just remove the wheel bolts. Get the wheel off. If we come up here you can see a mangled up coil spring there. And very nice, we've got an unboltable strut, unboltable shock leg. It's a lot easier than the fixed ones that you got to hammer out. Ford. So the only thing that's going to give us any problem, if it is, it's going to be this bolt right here. But we're going to try and clean it up with a wire brush here. We're going to clean it up and give it some spray cleaner off, and hopefully we can get it open without any trouble. Just a little bit rusty there. We'll get it cleaned off. Nice and easy. So for these bolts here, I'm just going to use a 17mm spanner to hold this side and a 19mm on the impact wrench on that side. Now we're going to get this bolt here off. It's 12mm. There's just one more here just to disconnect the brake line hose. Now the disc can just move forward. This is ready to be unbolted from the top. So we've got these 3 bolts here all around the top. Just going to get them open. This one we're gonna just have to loosen it down a little bit, and we'll need to go underneath and grab the shock strut so it don't fall down while we open this last one. So I'm just going to use my special shock absorber retaining tool there, my foot. I'll get that bolt off. Now we can get that drop down and we can grab it out. For the top bolt I'm going to use a recessed offset spanner there, and that's a 17mm. I'm going to use an 8mm just to hold the top, and then we can just turn the bolt while we're holding the top here with my other hand. Now we've got that bolt off there, we can just slip out the top mount from the shock absorber. And the top mount seems to be moving freely, so that's all good. Might be a bit of sun glare here, but yeah, we need to get this get that broken spring out. So now we can just get a clamp here lined up onto the top of the spring, and then we can just pump it up, pump up the pressure there, and get it lined up so we can get the new spring in and the top mount back in place at the top here. Just going to need to hold that straight a bit, it's a little bit wobbling. Now that's coming up through the top there, we can get the bolt back on. So now that's all put together there, we can just release it. Just going to release the pressure and that'll drop down. Remove our leveling tool there. Now we can just release the clamp at the bottom. And that's it, it's released. We can get this fitted back in the car now. Now we can just slip the unit back up into place there. And we just twist it around so it's just facing the right order where it should be. Again, we'll use the 14mm just to tighten these back up. I'm just going to use my knee there against the brake disc just to line it into place. And we can just give it a wiggle. Just give it a wiggle on there and we can get it in, the bolt. Now we can just use the jack stand there to align this onto here. And we're going to lower the jack slightly, which will get this lined up as we lower it. Stop there. And maybe come down another little tiny bit. And that's that tightened back up. And just release the jack now. Let the car sit back down. That's all of the wipers and the plastic scuttle back on. That's it, all complete. Job's done. See you in the next video.